cha, dvitiyam brahmacharini, tritiyam chandraganteti, kushmanteti chaturthakam, panchamam skandamateti, shastyam katyayaniti cha, saptamam kalaratriti, mahaguriti chastramam, navamam siddhidatri cha, navadurga prakirtita, uktanye tarinamani, paramanava mahatmanaha.
Good moment to you. It's Hemalayaa here. We are live for the Embody Freedom series. Hello, hello, hello. The Embody Freedom series is intending to give you some more breath, to remind you to breathe, to be in your body. These times are challenging. So much is going on. We healers and empaths and leaders who are teaching, healing, contributing in a way that can make hopefully a positive difference here, we also get hit. So specifically for us, I'm asking us to take a deep breath in. And whether you're a healer or a teacher or whatever, we are all empaths here, especially those of you who are sensitive and feel things on deep levels. Take a deep breath in. The world is doing what it's doing. The allies, the goddesses are here, destructing things in order to bring in highest alignment. That is my belief. The warrior goddess, Kali and Durga, goddess of revolution, creating change, and it doesn't look pretty in the height of it, in the beginning of it, when we've gone so far off, and we've gone so far off in a lot of ways. Obviously with the environment and the protests, taking in deep breaths in. I light this candle for us. We light this candle for us to bring in greater light and guidance for us. Breathing in here. We've got some beautiful sisters on today to share their words. They both happen to be dear, dear, dear yogini sisters and conscious entrepreneurs and sisters I've both worked with. So I'm really, really grateful to have them on today. Jehan is in the house. Robin Downs is in the house. We also have a special guest. Sergeant Major is with us. So we get to be in communion, community, in connection and unity together. So the invitation right now is to move the shoulders around a little bit here. Move the shoulders around, move your head from side to side, flubber the lips here. Woo! I'm wearing the color gold for Brihaspati. Today is Thursday. Brihaspati is the planet Jupiter. He is the one who speaks from the gurus, the teachers, the masters. So bounce up your shoulders, round them forward. Just a little opening here so we can get into our bodies. Walk around your space, stretch out your arms. Big deep breath in. If you cannot walk around, you'll just sit here and stretch out the arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then bounce the shoulders, move the head from side to side, breathe. In just a few moments, we're going in to tune in, to listen greater, to ask the right questions for yourself, for yourselves, to be in highest alignment. And in this moment, shake out your hands, gently shaking out your hands, coming into a relaxation for your nervous system. This movement helps, supports to bring us into a relaxed state. The world is in a unrelaxed state at this time and place, and it affects our own nervous system. So bounce those shoulders up and release. Open the mouth here. Stretch out the mouth. Yes, thank you for joining me. Let's break out of our shells. This is a love warrior. This is us rising into our love warrior. Walk it out if you can from side to side. Glide those hips, and then we're going to do circles in one direction, 3 circles. Whew, and then the other way. Whew. All right, pulse it out. This is a remix by DTO. This is absolutely a song for right now. The time is now to rise into our love warrior. So breathe here. Whew. What is that? What have you seen for yourself? What is that love warrior? Who are you when you truly remember who you are? Woo! Stretch it out, out here. Oh, stretch the arms up. Deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. Oh, all right, shake it out. Feel your feet on the ground or your seat on the ground. Feel the soles of your feet open up and receive. Close the eyes just for a few breaths here. Can you give yourself this time and space? There's so much chaos. There's so much to protest about. There's so much to feel fearful of right now. And if we can take that breath into our bodies, into our beings, and feed ourselves, my invitation is to feed yourself with this breath and let it bring you into relaxation, alignment, breathfulness, of course, lots of oxygen in your being, and bring yourself into highest connection to truth. Any place in your body right now that is contracted, see if you can really breathe into it and open it up. Let go with a sound, open the mouth here. And I mean really open the mouth. Don't just let a little crack open, but I mean It's not a pretty sound. Not meant to be. Awesome. Open your eyes. You can keep your knees bent here. Breathe. So this is how we open up this particular series. This invitation is to be receptive. Hear something for yourself today, for your family, for your community, for your leadership as you walk forward, serving greatly, because I know that you want to make an impact here in a really positive way. So may we do it together. May this serve you. And the sisters that we have on today and Sergeant Major are here to bring light to the situation, the world right now, your leadership, your hearts. Awesome, beautiful. Good morning, Elizabeth, Bodhi Prim, Swami. Good morning. Roll the shoulders around. Where are you writing from, watching from, receiving from? Write it into the chat here. Awesome. All right. Well, I get to introduce you to a dear student and friend and local sister here in our community, Jehan. Jehan is here to be of service to humanity. She's born into an entrepreneur's world, owning and operating 2 women's clothing stores, Closet, with her mother, creating a space where customers and guests can express themselves through clothing. Currently, she's a soulpreneur, also guiding meditations with her crystal singing bowls, and soon to be offering herbal wellness remedies. I'm really excited for this new line to come out. And she's constantly curious and discovering what the universe has to offer and sharing the magic along the way. Welcome in, Jehan. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My chair.
Oh, yeah. I'll move back to a little bit. Awesome. Thank you for being here. So you have your the owner of Closet. How is it going? Because you just opened up right now, yeah?
Yeah, we were closed for 2 months and we opened up 2 weeks ago. And we have been following the trends, and what's trending now is face masks. Not that everyone wants to wear them, but we caught on to that and we have a table set out front. We've never done that before. And actually that has helped the community. People are grateful that we're offering these face masks because you need one to get into any business, restaurant. It's essential.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be going on for a while. So, and I was just thinking, Jehan, I was like, I need a new mask.
Yeah, come on down.
Now that's part of our accessories, right?
Yeah.
We put on our earrings and we put on our face mask. So yeah, that's great. Well, that's wonderful. So right now, there is protests happening just around the area that you were actually in. Is this correct?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, yesterday was the first day the Ocean Beach Farmers Market was supposed to open up since COVID-19. And we were notified that the protesters were coming into Ocean Beach. And immediately my brain went into, okay, I gotta talk to my store team members. How are we gonna protect the store? And then I was thinking about putting wooden panels up, and we probably have the largest storefront with the most glass on Newport Avenue. And instead, taking a step back, I had a conversation with my center manager at Landmark in San Diego, and it was great. It opened up my eyes to, okay, this is what's going on and how can I step into my leadership?
Yes.
And instead of putting wooden panels up, like half the stores in Ocean Beach put up wooden panels, I've had friends to offer help to put those up. And instead, I decided to write a letter and also post quotes from African American leaders. And I had already started compiling quotes from during the stay-at-home order. And the first two people that I shared quotes, it was Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. And so I had already started that, and I posted those all over the window.
Wow.
And trusting that I'm not going to live in fear and worry. Instead of that, it's like taking action. How can I make a difference in this time when I have this storefront, this platform?
Yeah.
That people will walk by, protesters are going to walk by. And I actually watched someone posted a live Facebook feed while they're walking in the protest through OB last night.
Yeah.
And so I watched them coming closer to my store, and it was so cool to see that this was a peaceful protest. And I'm a supporter of these protesters because for so long, so many voices, African American voices, have not been heard. That's why this is happening.
Yeah.
And now is the time to speak up and to educate ourselves.
Absolutely.
And to get involved safely.
Yeah, I love that. And I love your proactiveness. First of all, your intuition, like, not even intuition, but your desire to really be inspired by these great leaders, Malcolm, just beautiful. So awesome, awesome, awesome. And then you had it already in your awareness to support in this way. So I want to really acknowledge you, Jehan. You are an incredible leader, and it is such an honor to have you here because I really want you to get this out there. Like, Jehan didn't get stopped. She didn't close the shop down. She didn't put up wooden whatever to protect or to out of the fear. And she didn't run away either. Right? She didn't say, oh, this is not the thing. I got to go away. She stepped into it and went, actually, I'm in support of this. So I really want you to get this. We get stopped so much by we're doing something and then the world comes in and gives us something else. So she's working with it. So really, that's the piece that I'm hearing from you that I really want everyone to get. We so easily sensitives like yourself, and that's what I also want to acknowledge you for. You're a sensitive being, and it's not like you're, I just appreciate that you didn't run away. So if you want to speak into that for those who, get stopped by these things and go into a cave, and I'm not saying like it's bad or wrong, but I just want to say what's a way to find another alternative? Like, where did you go within yourself in order to find that peace?
What comes to mind right now is trusting myself. Once I trust myself, I create that space for others to trust me. So essentially trusting that I am doing what I need to do to show my leadership and support to what's going on in the world is allowing others to see that and see that there's light in all of this darkness. Yeah. And to continue to spread that light. It's like a ripple effect. And the light gets brighter and brighter as long as we continue to work together.
I love that. And since you are, Jehan has taken a program with me, and she's, she's so rightfully calls herself a soulpreneur. She really is. I so love that. I would love to ask if there's any specific piece that you received from my coaching or our program that has supported you during this time of first with the quarantine and then with this that's happening right now. Is there any piece that you could share that has been from the program?
One major piece is not being afraid to share myself live and just share myself in general. Because before I would be so afraid to speak my mind and like share what I'm up to. And like during this quarantine, I didn't sit around. I was still learning and seeing what else is out there. And something that came to mind was that the financial situation that everyone, not everyone, but most of America had to rely on a stimulus check or were worried about their jobs. And I took that on and actually am in transition of my career in financial education. So I, for right now, have put my herbal line on hold because it wasn't working trying to run a business while starting a new business. And with this financial education, it's something that everyone should offer. So being of service and going live, and also the, I know this is more than one thing, but the sisterhood.
Right.
This sisterhood that supports one another and acknowledges and celebrates each other's wins.
Yeah, there we are. Perfect timing.
Yay!
Here we are. This is our group that we got to be together and grow in sisterhood. And yes, and I love what you're saying about speaking up anyways. And then the other piece is streamlining. Like that is one of the pieces that I teach is like, don't do three major things at one time. Like streamline. And if one is really the thing that you're putting your energy into, put one aside or move it. Like I've learned the hard way. So I'm really, really grateful for you to share that. Thank you so much. And, sending you blast for the inspiration that you're putting out there. I'm not going to pray for protection. You are, divinely supported, and you are supporting others simultaneously. So I know that that's making an impact. So thank you, Jehan. And if you'll stick around, if there's any last nugget right now, and then if you'll stick around, we'll come back and do a card.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yay. All right, awesome. We are so grateful to have inspirational beings that continue on to lead and to be a voice in the world. And someone who I get to bring on with another special guest here in just a moment is someone I have known for, I think, almost 20 years, if not a little bit more than 20 years. Robin Downs. Robin Downs and I have known each other from the way back yoga days. And this woman has not let up in a fantastic way, in a really beautiful honoring of the path of yoga is no matter what, it gives me goosebumps, no matter what has come up in her way that has tried to stop her from really sharing this beautiful healing art and science that is yoga. And now she's stepped into, and we'll get to talk to her about this, her life took a turn, and instead of dropping everything or stopping her course, she continued in a freaking amazing way. So I'm really, really excited to bring on Robin. So let me actually read her real bio, because that was my own heart bio of our dear beloved Robin. So Robin shares that it was her travels to India where her gurus encouraged her to take the yoga practice, interpret it for her people. In 1996, when she became a certified yoga instructor, she felt her people had flavor. And she created Yoga Flava classes that embraced urban culture and ancient moves to contemporary grooves. And so she's looking forward to this a new era as she embraces turning 60 and outliving her mother's age. And those of you really, you know that. She just turned 60, yes. I think, well, yes, she just turned 60. Oh my God, I was at her birthday. Hello. And so this is a beautiful celebration when we outlive our own parents, especially our, her mother. So that's like a huge thing. So power to that. And celebrating her silver hair and her elder care now with Yoga Flava Silva sessions. So she's been moving into 2020 with that. And we get to talk to her about that. So she's been teaching these chair yoga sessions, and she's been inspired by her father, Sergeant Major, who we get to now also be in the company of. So grateful for that. And she gets to do something together. So Sergeant Major William Downs, retired Army veteran, drafted, taken away from friends and family in the Bronx, 2 years active during the Cold War and on guided missile sites in Cleveland, Ohio. He stayed in the National Guard and Army Reserves for an additional 26 years. He's retired school teacher after 25 years, electrician installation, and fabulous father to Marcy and Robin. So welcome, Robin and Sergeant Major.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Himalaya. Hi, Jehan. Hey, DTO.
Hello. So maybe have a little share of where in the world you are at this moment.
You mean physically? Oh, yeah. We're in Roosevelt, Long Island, New York. I have a place in Manhattan, and Dad's house is in Roosevelt, Long Island. So especially during the quarantine, if I was going to choose any place, it was out in the house in Long Island. So Dad has a fabulous backyard. He's 10 minutes away from Jones Beach. So we've been able to navigate with grace during this COVID period.
So beautiful. I'm happy that you are both together, and
we're happy too.
Yes. So what is your take on what is going on right now in the world?
Wow. Okay, well, first we had COVID, and I know I came on and I said I was prepared. And then watching a man of color, African-American, Black man die at the hands of a white man who kneeled on him. I think any human person seeing that, or any human being doing it to another human being, is outrageous. And I think the streets needed to speak up. We were all inside watching television, so a lot more people maybe than in other eras might have seen it before. And also the uprising, a lot of the leaders from back in the day in the African American community are saying that this is different because it is multiracial. It's not just, African Americans, Black people, out in the streets. It's several different generations of all different nationalities all over the world, probably because we had time to sit and be still and say, something's not right. Yes. Something's not right. So if this is the spark to change everything with the injustice that is happening in our world, then this is the spark.
Really beautifully shared. Thank you, Robin. And I'm curious, Sergeant Major, you've seen a lot in your life. And what do you say to this shift that is happening right now?
Well, I'm a little confused about what's going on.
Well, what he has been saying is that he hasn't actually coming up felt a lot of the racial harassment other than in the military, where he was able to become a sergeant major. Right. And he would say the white guys came up to him. It's like, oh, you couldn't be a sergeant major. So he would tell me stories of how he had to punish them. And other than that, I have to say, Hemalayaa, I was raised American. My father's a first generation American who, first generation from Caribbean descent, right, who came to this country and nose to the grindstone wanted to take advantage of the opportunities in this country. He still to this day says, get a civil service job. And when he hears all the jobless people, he was like, did they take civil service tests? Those are the essential workers, those civil service jobs. So he was, straight ahead, military, school teacher, a civil servant. And he was fortunate to, I want to even say, escape the South Bronx. We were raised in the era, and right before the South Bronx was burning, there's tales of the South Bronx. And I was telling DTO about one of my favorite documentaries that talks about from mambo to hip hop, because Dad's the mambo era, I'm the hip hop era. And the flavor totally comes from all of that multicultural. On my father's side, it's Jamaican and Barbadian. On my mother's side, it's East Indian and West Indian. So I had all of that multicultural, but otherwise I was raised on pink lace and Walt Disney and straight up American. I was. And when I remember a lot of the civil unrest was happening in the 70s was happening, I had to educate myself because my father was busy with the military, working as a school teacher and going to school at night. So he was, straight and narrow. And it was me who had to discover my own Black consciousness.
Right. Well, you are very multicultural. I mean, you've been gifted with so many beautiful global cultures and, I mean, great representation. And I love that you are. And yeah, I love that you're like we are American, grew up American.
Yeah.
And American, that's it. No matter what culture we are, it's like
That's how I was raised. He raised me as an American. He always flavored it with, our Caribbean ancestry, but very
some
much
spice, of course, and the good dance, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful. Well, I'm going to shift the conversation here a little bit. I really want to acknowledge you. You've been in the field of yoga for a very, very long time, and with Flava, I don't know anybody else that would would be able to say Flava and yoga in the same sentence. So of course you can, because you certainly have Flava, girl. And so here's what I want to acknowledge you for is, in this culture, we tend to abandon the elders. We abandon our family in the natural course of life. And when our family needs us, it's like, we're too busy. And what you did, even though Sergeant Major might not have been so fond of you being a yoga teacher or on this path of yoga.
Yeah, I didn't get a civil service job. We still had that conversation yesterday.
Well, isn't it interesting, because now you have a civil service job because
I'm an essential worker.
Exactly. How How do you like that, Sergeant Major?
I like it.
Yes, perfect. So I want to acknowledge you truly for you didn't stop. You were called, you had the inner calling to support Sergeant Major and be there and teach him exactly what you know, even if, in the past it wasn't the case that he was open to it. And in this society, like I say, is we're used to this thing. And we're used to also looking for the thing. Oh, okay, if I, we're just constantly looking for the thing to do. And it was right in front of you the whole time. I mean, you didn't hesitate for a moment, but usually for us out there looking and looking, it's right in front of us. You didn't hesitate for a moment, and you went into service, contribution, and community. So will you speak into that? Because what Dave DTO just had on the screen is your beautiful offering in the world now. Like you coming into essential working with our beautiful, beloved Sergeant Major has also created your work in the world in this next phase. Will you speak into that?
Yes, most definitely, because when I first came to help Sergeant Major, he definitely had his own routine, his own way of doing things, and really wasn't grasping the concept that, okay, Dad, now is the time to allow for some caregiving and allow me to assist you. And it's been 3 years now, and it took some time for us to come to a really nice rhythm, I want to say. And he will definitely let me know when he's uncomfortable with something, and vice versa. And once I felt like the rhythm was working well is when I was able to reconnect with you, Hemalayaa, because I know that I didn't want to lose myself in the whole caregiving process. I had used a lot of my yoga tools, and I just wanted to make sure I could continue on with my own identity and my own resources. So the sisterhood came in handy, the mastermind, it was the secret sauce mastermind. It came in, right on time for me. And during that time, I was able to focus on, and you helped me to focus on, like you keep saying, what was right in front of me. And then it was there, and I was, I remember I was talking about, striving and surviving and all these different things, and you were like, it's the caregiving, and Jehan too. Jehan was my partner during that time, and she was so thrilled, when that became very, very clear. So the clarity amongst all the different things that I do, I'm also an Emmy Award winner, broadcaster, filmmaker, and part of this process in incorporating that is that I want to do a documentary about the 25 years and also about the flashbulb kid who's an award-winning photographer from the age of 17. When I was going through his paperwork, I found that he was an award winner featured in the New York Times at 17 years old. I didn't know that growing up. I didn't know that growing up. So my love of filmmaking came from the Flashbulb Kid. My whole life is documented. So just incorporating all of these things, and now with under the banner of caregiver and yoga instructor, silver hair and elder care, I'm so delighted to move forward with focus and clarity.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, you are an inspiration, and yeah, like thank you for also sharing that we sometimes we get like, oh, I have all these gifts and I have all these things and I want to, like, this is what I feel like it is, and this is what we do in our leadership programs is like, yes, and there is a specific, focus that you could be really supporting, and I can see you now like making an incredible contribution, because this is an area of society and that's so forgotten. It's just so forgotten. Coming from an Indian background, it's so forgotten. I can't believe it.
Well, I have been able to find my tribe, and they are reaching out to me. And I'd like to, give a shout out to Bahamia, who I'll be doing a live on Instagram, and she has a site, givecareandtakecare.com, and also Natalia, who reached out to me, and she has careblazers.com. So I'm so happy that they saw what I was doing and they embraced me in their programs. Bahamia is a geriatric care manager, and Natalia, I was already following her YouTube channel. When she reached out to me, I didn't make the connection until even today when I was just like, oh, wow, that's her. And she's been dealing with specifically dementia and geriatric care. So I'm so happy that, my tribe is coming together.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. You just answered the question. I was going to ask you if there's something that, how was your experience of being in a leadership program and continuing to now that you're in the Embody Leadership Mastermind as well? But what was your experience? And one of the things I'm hearing is that your tribe is now finding you, and this is one of the things that we teach. So yeah, if there's anything else you want to add to that, because that's truly the way. It's like we don't have to like chase or hustle. It's really, you get really clear about what your offering is, and then people find you.
Yeah.
You magnetize that tribe to you.
It's been nice. It's been nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I'm excited about helping other caregivers and loved ones, and encouraging everyone to pay attention to that phase of life and the transition, and doing all you can to allow it with a sense of ease and a sense of joy. Dad and I want to have fun, right, Dad?
Got that right.
Yes. I love that. Okay, so I want everyone to really hear. What's that, Sergeant Major?
And socialize. I told you he's looking for a girlfriend.
Yes. Okay. Any takers out there? Maybe we'll ask right straight up. Who's watching? Who's got a good companion date for our Sergeant Major? Come on. What we got?
Thank you, Hema.
Totally. Well, thank you both for your presence and your beautiful love and your light and your just your heart. Robin, I love how clear you are and how much of a contribution you are. And if you, like those of you leaders out there who are stepping in, just listen to how Robin, she's a master in her delivery of bringing it back to what she's doing and what she's offering in the world. So like even her interview skills, right? Like just watch that. That's what I want to acknowledge you for, is like you're yeah. You're putting it out there. And those of you, so really hear this, is like those of you who are in the field of bringing health and well-being and wellness for elder care in any arena. Robin Downs is someone who is bringing a lot of awareness and skills and offerings to the world. So any last words, Sergeant Major and Robin?
Any last words, Daddy?
No last words. I enjoy being with you.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to be here with you. And with everything going on in the world, don't lose sight of finding the joy amongst your family, loved ones, and community.
Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Well, let's bring Jehan back on and let's pick a card together, shall we? All right. I got the cards here. I'm going to knock on them, clear the deck out. And this is the Embody Oracle card deck. You can find this at embodyoracle.com. And both Jehan and Robin, they know the cards. All right. So Robin and Sergeant Major, tell me when to stop shuffling.
You want to say that?
No, you can do it.
Oh, okay. You want to say Jehan? Go ahead, Jehan.
All right. So
thanks for coming to my party.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Robin just had a birthday, and we got to celebrate her on Zoom since we're all at home right now. And so we are picking a card on behalf of the consciousness of this moment and the world right now. So
Jehan was going to pick. I interrupted her.
Okay. And stop.
What do we got? Ooh, curiosity. Look at her. Curiosity.
I love it.
She's one of my favorites. Because I just feel like if we were curious, right? Like curiosity, opens up everything. If we were curious about each other's cultures, if we were curious about how we can live our leadership right now in this moment, if we were curious instead of chasing or assuming or, creating the thoughts and the things that we do. 41, thinking that we know, right? Curiosity is the opposite of thinking that we know already. So, curiosity says, discover what you don't know. Darling, as a young child, you were in wonder and awe of the world. This card is an invitation to become curious and open to life even more. Do you sometimes have thoughts such as, I don't need to learn anything new, or I've tried something like that before, or it won't work for me? Perhaps there's something you've been inviting to try but haven't been open to exploring. What might happen if you gave it a try, even if you have judgments or doubts? Welcome your inquisitive nature and be on the lookout for experiences out of your comfort zone, and then go for it. Give yourself permission to ask questions, seek new knowledge, and be willing to explore what you don't know. Find something you've wanted to learn, an experience you were invited to, or book that you've been wanting to read. Now is a great time to expand knowledge and wisdom. Follow your passion to learn. It's okay. No one is judging you, not even you. In fact, you will inspire others who may also want change but are hesitant to try new things. And every message has also an embodied invitation. But I really want to say, like, for both of you, what you shared, Robin and Jehan, curiosity is key, right? Robin, you landed in a circumstance, situation, an opportunity where you're like, I'm curious now on how my leadership is moving forward here. How am I serving? And Jehan, same thing. You got really curious about this time. You went into learning about finances even deeper, and learning about how to grow at this time. So I really want to acknowledge you both. You are both very curious. And Sergeant Major, what do you think about curiosity? Oh, I missed it. I can't hear.
He said interesting.
Okay. Yes, it is interesting. True. This is true. Well, I blast you all out. Thank you so much for being with us today. And yeah, thank you, those of you who
Thank
are
you,
live with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jehan. I appreciate the sisterhood.
Thank you too, Robin and Sergeant Major and Himalaya and DTO.
Here's our group from last year. No,
Last July.
Last year. Oh my gosh! Wow.
I know you got so much going on, Himalaya.
So much happens in a year. It's incredible. Wow. All right. Well, I love
Good
you
looking
both.
group, huh? Good looking group.
Yeah, we are good looking. Definitely good looking group. Look at us.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Yeah, Sergeant Major, you good with this image right here?
It's beautiful.
You think, yeah, maybe there's a taker. There's a. Oh, okay. Love you all, and I will see you soon. Mwah.
Mwah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.